Hey guys, Joe DeMarco from the Crazy New York Driver Show for Friday, April 25th, 2025. Welcome to another eBay video. Tonight I'm going to be talking about some updates regarding some returns I had. I'm also going to be talking about some more current glitches, trouble that myself and some of you are having with older buyers. It's getting worse each week. I want to talk about unpaid items, which is still a problem. And if I have any time, who knows what else. First, let's start with a few updates, if I may. I would like to thank everybody who watched my New York City exploration video that I put up Sunday. Thank you. That one was a lot of work. Let me tell you something. My God, I haven't worked on a video that long in a long time. That wasn't exactly the video that I was planning on putting up last Sunday. I was planning on putting up one that I filmed the prior week, but I decided to give this video preference and I pushed it right through. So this Sunday, I'll be putting up the video I filmed 2 weeks ago. And hopefully this Sunday I'll be going out again to film something else. So yeah, I'm in a little bit of momentum here, but it's not going to keep on forever because once the foliage grows in, I'm out. Okay? So yeah, that happened. I want to also give you some updates on my eBay returns that I've been talking about for the last 4 or 5 weeks. Remember the 3 really weird returns I've been talking about and showing you? Well, all 3 have come to fruition, but not exactly what you'd expect. The first one was the smallest return I ever had in my life for $9.60, and that customer actually returned the item. Words fail me. I don't know what to say. They lost money on it. I don't know who in their right mind would return something that they paid $9.60 for. Nonetheless, that's not important. The second one was the guy with the Buick who paid $30 for the item and was going to have to spend, I believe it was $40 each way in shipping. He never returned the item. And eBay then closed out the return in my favor because the time elapsed and he never returned the item. In my opinion, he was actually using his brain because it would have cost him way more than it was worth. The third return didn't go exactly as planned. A person purchased an alloy wheel hub for a Toyota, then filed for a return saying, ordered by mistake. Okay. It wasn't expensive. It was around $20 with $8.75 shipping each way. So I waited and waited for him to return the item, and the return never came. I think it was Wednesday. It was the last possible day for him to return the item, but he had the whole day to do it. Do you know what that jerk did? He opened a case against me. He escalated it to a case. Instead of returning the item, the return was accepted and initiated. He didn't want to return it. He wanted his money back and to keep the item. So he thought he was going to be a cool dude and escalate the return. eBay found in my favor in a matter of minutes and everything's fine. But this guy is a total dickweed for trying to escalate a case against me without actually returning the item. I haven't had one of those in as long as I can remember, but I figured I'd pass it on to you and let you know because there are some bad people out there. Sales this week were better than they've been for a while. The week started off really slow, but as it progressed, it started getting better. However, the week was not without its problems. The first thing I'm going to talk about is glitches. I'm going to do a cutaway now to show you something that happened to me on Thursday. If you sell on eBay Motors, it might happen to you. It still may happen to you either way. I don't know what caused this, but I want you to see it. So let's go to the first cutaway. Okay guys, I'm going to show you two current eBay Motors glitches right now. Number one is this item. You can see that I'm selling it for $28. I have a current 20% off promotion sale going. And as far as the shipping is concerned, $15.96 for shipping through UPS. All right, seems pretty cut rate. Straightforward. So this morning, a customer wrote to me and said, I'm confused if I'm paying $15.96 for the shipping or if it's free shipping because eBay is telling me free shipping. I told him no. I said it's $15.96 shipping. I said you must be confusing me with another listing. So just to play it safe, I did go to the back of my listing right here. See, it doesn't say anything about free shipping. I thought maybe he had seen it here and a mistake had been made, but no. It clearly says $15.96 shipping, okay? Now, he sent me a screenshot of what the mobile app is showing him, and I was absolutely shocked. Take a look. Look, $28 is correct, but it says free 4-day shipping. And this is definitely my item. You can see it's the same picture. See it? Same title. Seller with 100% positive feedback. But eBay is giving them false information. It's saying free 4-day shipping. Trust me, this is my listing, and I do not know why it's doing it. That is the smaller of the two glitches. The next glitch really hit me hard. And if you sell on eBay Motors, too bad for you. Let me show you something. I've been talking for the longest time about something called the compatibility feature. This is something that eBay wants all eBay Motors sellers to fill out. And I don't mind doing it. It's time consuming. But supposedly it helps the customer find the item easier. And this works hand in hand with the eBay Guaranteed Fitment program. I'm sure you all know what I think about the eBay Guaranteed Fitment program. It's terribly written, but nonetheless, it is imperative that you have the compatibility feature properly aligned and everything as it should be. And I have over 1,200 items, and every time I list an item, I always fill out the compatibility feature, right? So you want to know what the problem is? Another glitch that I've encountered with some of my listings is the compatibility chart has disappeared. Meaning, I showed you the compatibility chart that I filled out for that Buick. But in some cases on some of my listings, there's nothing there. And I know that I took the time to fill it out in every one. So as I come across these listings, I'm correcting them and I'm re-adding the compatibility chart. The other day I had about 20 of them, but there's probably a lot more. So yeah, that's something to be reckoned with. And another problem I'm still experiencing is buyers sending me reasonable offers, eBay telling me I'm going to be paid right away. I accept the offer, I'm not paid a dime. There's no evidence whatsoever that any transaction occurred between me and the buyer. So what I do is after about 8 hours, not even 8 hours, no, after about 4 hours, I'm not sure if it's an eBay glitch or if these buyers just don't have any money on their card. I play it safe. After 4 hours, I know I'm not seeing any money. I end the listing. That means this person can't buy it from me. And in case it's their fault, they get blocked. Then I click on Sell Similar, refresh everything, put it back up, and hopefully a serious buyer will get it. Hey, something just sold. Speaking about serious buyers. Now, let me talk about some problems that I encountered during the week and some problems you guys encountered. We'll start with Cute Joey. Once again, The geriatric buyers strike, and they're out with a vengeance this week. It's so unprecedented that I've taken some steps to hopefully stop this. Well, I'll tell you about them in a minute. First problem was on Thursday. A person bought a $12 Mercury Grandma keycap from me. Okay? I wait a while, no problem. All right, print the label, box it up, labels on it. I swear to Jesus, as soon as the person gets notified that the tracking is showing that I've already boxed it, they write to me and say, oh, no. That address is not valid anymore. Ship it to my new address. Not happening. Joe works once. Joe doesn't work twice. I write back to them and say, no, thank you. You're responsible for having a valid address filed with eBay at all times. What I will do is I will cancel the sale. I'll give you your money back. I'm going to relist it, and I'm going to block you. And that's exactly what I did. All right? It's the only thing to do. You've got to protect yourself, because if you don't protect yourself, no one else is going to protect you. Second story, I think you guys will laugh at this because this really touches all bases. This would happen on Wednesday. 8 o'clock in the morning, I get a ka-ching on my phone. Right away, I go straight to DEFCON 4. There is no reason that somebody should be buying from me at 8 o'clock in the morning. It never works out. It can't be from California because it's 5 o'clock out there. Everyone's sleeping. Unless it's an eBay International delivery sale, in which case that's acceptable because they have a total different time zone out of the country. I said to myself, I bet this is a geriatric and I bet he's going to give me trouble. How do I know this? Once again, 8 o'clock in the morning, geriatrics, 8 o'clock in the morning to them is like lunch to us, all right? They're in full gear, all right? Second problem, the item was for a 1978 Chevy. The last time you saw a 1978 Chevy, who was driving it? Think about that, okay? It took all of 90 seconds to get a cancellation notice. 90 seconds. Why? Maybe eBay showed them the same thing cheaper. I don't know. My policy on this kind of thing, since I haven't boxed anything, I will agree to the cancellation. But everybody's got to pay the kitty. The cost of requesting a cancellation is 48 hours in limbo. I wait 48 hours to give them a refund and agree to the cancellation. And for those of you guys who will say like, well, Joe, I don't think you should do that. It's too strict. What are you gaining? What I'm gaining is two things. Number one, if eBay did, in fact, show them that same item from another seller, maybe it will give them pause before they buy that second item from the other seller until they get their money back. All right? Number two, they're supposed to act like responsible adults. They entered into a binding contract. All right? I'll cancel it, but there's a 48-hour moratorium. Okay? Full 48. I may do a separate video on that in the future with a spreadsheet showing everyone with the times and how long I took to refund the money, but it's not right. It's not right. No reason for cancellations in this day and age. Now, next geriatric story I have to tell you, I'm going to use my phone for. I keep in contact with some of you guys, those who I'm friendly with, and one of them is our mutual friend, Charles Decker. Charles had an incident with a geriatric, which I'm going to share with you, and I think you're going to enjoy it, just as soon as I find it. Charles writes, "This guy signs up on eBay just to buy my item. He complains through eBay messages after he received it there was no remote control included, despite the listing stating as such. I block and ignore him because clearly he didn't bother to read anything and he can always just return it anyway. I'm not holding his hand. A couple of days later, he sends me an email directly to my work email address, despite him purchasing through eBay and not directly through my brick and mortar. I googled his address and name, 73 years old, another fossil who doesn't know how to read and refuses to go through the eBay return process." And I told Charles, I said, "Thank you so much for sharing this with me." I said, "I feel so much better now knowing I'm not the only one dealing with these people. They are a scourge." I realize some of you may have had positive experience with older people, and I say good for you. Good for you. I can only speak for myself. I've never in my life had positive experiences with them. They're mean, nasty, and bitter. They hate the world. They really hate themselves, but they take it out on everyone else. If you've ever gone to any swap meets, especially in auto parts, oh Jesus, anytime I see somebody old with a straw hat and a mean look on his face, with all his stuff laid out, 80 years old, I walk right by him. I don't even ask him because he wants top dollar, 20% over retail, and he's mean about it. "I want $100 for that. I see it on eBay all the time." This is the same guy who won't lift a finger to try and sell it on eBay. Well, like I said, there is one positive thing that I've noticed over the last year, and it happened again last week. I'm getting people calling me, ages, 50 years old, 60 years old, my age, and they're saying things like this: "Joe, my old man just died. He was 89 years old and he was a hoarder. He has hundreds of hubcaps and other things that he refused to sell. He didn't want to part with anything. Would you be interested in coming to my garage, looking at them and giving me a price?" Joe, please, I'm not looking for a mint. I want them out. Basically, whatever you're willing to give me, I'm taking. I love these people. I love them. As I said, 50 years old, 60 years old, nicest people you ever want to meet. I go there, they lay out the red carpet for me, they offer to help me load the car. They say things like, "Joe, I have no problem with you making a profit on this. I know you're making money and you should make money. You're entitled to make money on this. You work for it, you deserve it." These people are wonderful. They're angels. They're so different than the old. And I need to impress this upon you because these are the people I deal with, all right? Thankfully, we're weeding out that herd. They're going. The middle-aged people are taking over, and they are great to deal with. I love each and every one of them. So yeah, there's that. All right, guys, let's get ready to bring this video to a close because I think I've kept you long enough. I would like to thank you all for watching my video once again this week. I hope you found it informative and entertaining. And if I touched on any topics that you would like to discuss, feel free to do it in the comment section below. I will be putting out another exploration video on Sunday. It's going to be the one that I filmed almost 2 weeks ago. And I am planning on going out Sunday because it's not supposed to rain. And I don't think I have to wear a winter coat this Sunday. I did wear them the last few, but I don't think I'm going to have to this week. So, yeah. That being said, I'm Crazy New York Driver, you're not. Thank you for watching this video. Hope your eBay sales are good. Rock on and peace.